I'm going to give you something I'd like you to practice throughout your day. When I've coached people, I often ask them, especially when they're in turmoil or there's conflict in their life, I ask them, so what are you feeling? And very often they say, well, I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling angry. And then they give me the story. Now, you got to remember, what I ask is, what are you feeling? That means the feeling. What happens for most people is they think the feeling. They tell me what they're thinking, not what they're truly feeling. Now, you're feeling creatures. All of us are. When experiences come in, you feel that in your gut and in your heart, and then we have thoughts that accompany that. But however, the mind tends to be a dominant factor in taking over what you're feeling and your emotions. Now, here's the problem with that, is that as we grow older, we tend to let the mind take over, so you never allow the feeling to go all the way to the end. You never allow it to express fully. Everything has a purpose, and your emotional body and your feelings in your body have a purpose. When you don't allow it to go all the way to the end of that purpose, it creates a condensed block in the body. And you've heard this before. People have literally emotional blocks all the way back to childhood hidden in their body. It can show up in disease. It can show up in pain. It could show up in inflammation in the body. And then they spend the rest of their life either drugging it or trying to then distract themselves from that particular part of the pain. It just needs to go to its fruition. It needs to be expressed. And so what I ask people is to just feel the feeling. Allow the feeling to have its day. Go all the way to the end. The mind tends to sometimes get nervous about that because they think that the pain is going to get worse. It needs to go to completion. Look, when a mother gives birth to a baby, the feeling at a 9.9 centimeters can be way more intense than 1.1 centimeters. I know, I've seen it. But you must pay attention to that normal process of the pain coming to an end point. And say, like I say, this too shall pass. So allow yourself to practice just feeling the feeling. Do what I do. I close my eyes. I breathe into the feeling. I give it the grace of going all the way to the end of that process. It does come to an end. Pain does come to an end. It will pass. That baby will be born. And then the pain becomes a noble part of the process. When you hold that child and that baby to your chest, you understand the nobility of the pain. So feel the feeling. Practice feeling the feeling. Close your eyes if it's appropriate. Take a breath. Allow the feeling to go all the way to its end. And as far as the emotional blocks that have been there for years, we're going to talk about that in other videos on how to release those. But for now, feel the feeling. I'm excited to share with you an upcoming program. This is my centerpiece program called The Leap of Faith. It is a life changer. I have a gift for you. This program is 3.5 days long, full of content, experiences. It literally is intended to change physiologically how you embrace fear. You no longer will be held hostage by fear after this program. Fear will be a friend and an invitation to greatness. 3.5 days, usually it goes for $695 is the tuition. This event coming up, I am doing something I haven't done in a very long time. I am offering it to you for $97 for the whole weekend. I hope to see you there. The seats will be limited. I will close the class after it gets to a certain level. So don't wait. Sign up below. I look forward to seeing you. Hi, if you like the information I just shared with you, please like it below. If there's anybody in your life that you feel can benefit from this, share it. If you are on Facebook, I'd appreciate if you follow me on YouTube, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you in the future. Thank you.